All right, welcome back. We're here again with another gear showcasing, and today we're going to be talking about a piece of gear for the storm. And today we're going to be talking about Venomous Blaze. So, Venomous Blaze is a pretty unique. It kind of fits in the same realm as Ember's Lance, where it has a fire effect and it has to have three consecutive hits to do anything. However, where with Ember's Lance, with the three consecutive hits, it would just cause a fire explosion. Venomous Blaze, with three consecutive hits, actually will prime the target with acid damage. So this is kind of like the Storm's version of Ember's Lance, but kind of better because then I don't need to have an additional component automatically having or forcing it to basically prime the target. So the enemy will get primed after three consecutive hits. So there's about 67 to 7,000 damage. It has a recharge of 4, and see, this is where it's better than Ember's Lance as well. Is that it has a radius, so you don't have to be really exact with it. You don't have to hope that the aim assist pulls it right to the enemy. As long as you get in the general vicinity, you're gonna hit them. So I've got a couple of these. This is probably my better one with the 60 charges, 125 gear damage. But you'll see when we go in here, this is very powerful. So that's why I'm going to stick with the weaker one. It's got more charges, so I'll be able to use it more. But it doesn't have any extra damage on it specifically. It's giving damage to my Steam Vent, which is the other one I'm using, which any Storm mains will know, like that's like the go-to in almost every build. But we're not here to showcase the build. We're here to showcase the gear itself. So we'll go ahead and jump into GM1 and give it a shot. And again, no consumables. I know I've been thinking about and kind of discussing of putting armor or shield on there, but I'm going to hold off for now because I'm not really having a whole lot of issues yet. It's not detracting too much. All right. And this is my favorite arrival animation for the storm. Well, actually, in general, but for the storm, that's definitely the best in my opinion. All right, kind of see what's going on. Oh, there's an event right here. We're not going to that. I just want to kind of show it off. So yeah, when I say events and no one's really sure what I'm talking about, it's this right here. Um, it's got a while till it launches, but oh nope, it launched right there. But we're not going in there. We're gonna go to our typical dungeon or the East Strider. Oh no, that seems like a good use of this ability, but I'm gonna run by him and go. Sorry, Faye. I got other things I gotta do. Yeah, I'm not really looking to fight a Titan right now. Although, I mean, if you guys think fighting a Titan, well, here's the thing. Like, fighting a Titan probably would be a good example of the gear. But here's the problem is they're very inconsistent. That's the first Titan I've seen in any gameplay in probably a week. So it would be kind of hard unless I go into like a stronghold or a mission to really test that out on a Titan. It would make a lot more sense, but it's just the RNG for Titans showing up is it's a lesser Titan, so like even lesser Titans, I don't think are a very accurate example of the gear use, because Titans are kind of immune to a lot of elements. Okay, give them a second to load in. All right, so we'll go down and show them. It's GM1, so I don't expect them to be able to take it. So yeah, it's I can pretty much kill them in one shot. Nothing special. And I can't even really show you because they're going down so easily. The priming ability, yeah, it's maybe we'll find one of them that's a little bit tougher. But look, this can kind of showcase to you in GM1 with this Lego Venomous Blaze is that it can take down. It's very viable in GM1. So let's see the storm that's just hanging out here. We can take him down. Okay. And there you go. Even against their shield, because it's 3 hits, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't care that it's their shield it's hitting. It's just hitting them. It does count consecutive hits. So you can prime them as long as you can take their shield down. And actually, you can probably prime them even with their shield up. We'll test that in GM3 because I don't think I'm going to find one that we're going to be able to get that far with. So, yeah. Oh. Oh, I missed. So the flying targets are a little bit harder to hit with this, but the grounded guys are pretty easy. And I'm pretty much annihilating them in GM1, but it's GM1. Okay. So we'll finish off the last of these guys, and then we'll take on the Ranger. Alright, well, we'll see if I can get some charges back. Come on, do it. Okay, got our charges back, and we'll just hold it on him. So it doesn't look like he got primed, but probably just not seeing it. But yeah, it takes him down pretty easily, and I've got like 9 charges, and I've got a pretty good recharge build, so it's coming back pretty quickly. So pretty straightforward. So we'll exit out of this, and then we'll bring him in GM3 and see what we can do. I don't even think I picked any gear up. Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Free play. GM3. No consumables. There we go. So the idea behind Venomous Blaze isn't necessarily using it to just kill all the enemies with it. The intent, especially for GM3, is to prime and set up for combos. That's kind of why I'm running Steam Vent on this build, because I usually will try to basically prime a group, and then because the Storm, they have the ability to chain. When they detonate combos, I can chain all the targets in that area with them. So then it ends up being really, really powerful. And Steam Vent, because it's on its own so powerful, it's pretty good about like annihilating that enemy right there. And then also, in case that's not enough damage for this build specifically, the reason I have it like that is because Steam Vent, after it hits a target, it will prime them. So I don't usually like picking on those guys because they're kind of helpless, but just to kind of show you like what it does. Okay, so there's a group in here. They're at the event. Okay, cool. I almost exited. Okay. Oh, now there's a vent here. Man. Whenever I'm looking for this stuff, it's never here. Now, I gotta go low. I don't want to accidentally get sucked into it. Oh, it's got some time. So. Unfortunately, though, that means there's not going to be brutes, so I can't really showcase this on some brutes out in the open. Alright, so while we hang out up here and let him spawn, I'll kind of just go over it. So GM3, I don't expect it to take him down instantly like it was in GM1. But that's kind of what we expected, because that's what this build kind of is meant for. Is oh wow, they're like flickering down there. But this build is this specific gear I'm using it as like my main primer, not my main primary source of damage. So yeah, not surprised. Not and then this guy got primed, but the guy in front of him didn't. But it didn't matter because I chained him. Let's see if I can. Ooh. Oh, this guy's got a shield on him. Yep, he's primed. Yeah, so as you can see, they're getting primed. And there's a firestorm in here. That's not good. I'm not a big fan of the firestorms. Alright, let's see if we can clear out some more of these guys. The outlaws. And then I want to kind of go one-on-one with that storm javelin. Oh, I hear him. Alright, there he is. Prime, detonate. Prime, detonate. So pretty much just going back and forth with it. This is where you kind of want one with a lot of charges, because similar to Ember's Lance, if you run out of these, it can be pretty punishing. So I think it'll take all of them to take this guy down. Just gonna sit up here and just get annihilated. So I'm out of them, and I get it back pretty quick, but not quick enough. Now I don't have to wait for a stack to come back before I use it, but I am kind of vulnerable because now I'm completely dependent on Steam Vent. So, oh, I was about to show you how to detonate him again, but he kind of went and hid from me. Alright, ooh, wow, no, there's another group. Alright, so there I've got a couple of them, and then I can just keep hitting them, keep chaining them, so... Ooh. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get out of here, because I'm getting... Storm's kind of letting me have it. And then the ranger's right here. So I really gotta be aware of what's going on around me. So ideally, you do want to use this when you've got a big group around, so you can just prime all of them at once. And it doesn't even have to be you necessarily with Steam Vent, kind of detonating the combo. It can be anybody that's kind of in your party or on your fire team. I'm really getting it right there. Oh. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Just get my shield back a bit. And I think these guys with the yellow have a bit more tougher armor, so you can still prime them. But as far as damage-wise, it's not gonna do a whole lot to them. Okay. Oh, I got frozen. That's not good. Go run real quick while clear that status, yeah. Alright. Well, let's see what we can do with this storm. Oh man, there's a bunch of them. I'm gonna have to take one of these out. I'll take out the ice one because that's probably the most annoying one. And see, I can kind of be behind cover and use it. Man. Yeah, Storm has a little bit of trouble with, well, Glass Cannon, I think is what BioWare called them. So it's pretty good at eliminating the grunts, or even groups. Let's see if we can go up against that storm I almost used. Okay, so not really doing a whole lot, but it will take down their shield. Let's see if I can prime, and they're primed. So, and that pretty much did him in, but I think that was more steam vent than it was. And then let me get my shield back real quick before I go head to head with this guy, with that ranger. Yeah, sure. Let's go up here. Oh, let's take care of him real quick. All right. So he's kind of just hiding back here, but that's all right. Let's just lay into him with this Venomous Blaze. I think he's about to do his ult. It's all right. Just recharge real quick. So kind of the same with the storm. Oh. So it's doing pretty good damage, but I don't even think I primed him yet. And I think it's because Rangers are super resistant to... Oh, there it is. He's primed now. So even with the prime, it didn't do a whole lot. So I'll just finish him off real quick. Ooh, maybe my steam vent's not doing it. Okay. Cool. So we'll exit out of here, and then I'll kind of go after, or go over some thoughts. Not bad though, pretty good, pretty good. Like I said, for GM, I never really use this for a main source of damage, but it is very useful in GM1 and below. So you can kind of expect the Masterwork versions to be pretty decent as well. Alright. So, closing thoughts are... Well, we'll just kind of go over overall how it works. And so, is it efficient? It's sort of efficient. Honestly, it's not super efficient because you have to stand... You kind of have to, like... You have to hit them 3 times. And any primer you have to use in consecutively, that's a lot more time you're wasting on using it instead of using something else. And as you can tell, it takes a second before it hits. It's not like instant. You kind of have to almost charge it up. So, not very efficient. Is it viable? It's definitely viable. I was using that build easily, and Steam Vent wasn't really carrying me. The Steam Vent that I have on this build, and I can show you real quick. The Steam Vent that I have on this build isn't ridiculous. It's ooh, what's going on there? Okay, the Steam Vent on this build isn't crazy powerful. I do have a more damage oriented one, but this one really, it just has a bunch of charges. So I pretty much got like almost all my gear. I have one that has a bunch of charges or has a bunch of damage. I go back and forth with those. So as far as Steam Vent goes, Steam Vent definitely was not carrying me through there on GM3 in Dungeon. And then Venomous Blaze, we didn't have any additional damage on it. I have one that has additional damage that I typically will use instead. But I just wanted to show you, like, with the base damage, no extra stuff to it, that it's still usable as long as you got a decent amount of charges. Typically, you don't have that many charges because right now I got 90 charges on this. And then if we look at it, that's like 9 charges. Oh, wrong one. So it takes a second for them to go, but it also takes you a second to use it. So it's viable, not efficient. I would not call this efficient. Is it fun though? I think this is fun. I think trying to target a group of enemies with this and then coming back with, and it could be any detonator. You could even use a melee detonator, honestly. It doesn't have to necessarily be steam vent. Steam vent it's just what I already have in my build, because when I go in GM3, I'm not trying to be a hindrance to my team, and I'm trying to be useful. So I do like it too, because you can just hover here and just lay down fire all over the place, especially if you have a lot of charges. I don't want to aggro that. Shock dog is what I call these guys. I really don't care for these guys at all, so yeah. But I don't want to aggro them either, because I don't have to deal with them. So as far as do I think it's good? Yeah, I think it's good. It's fun, and it can be used. It's definitely viable. The only one I would say is it's not very efficient, so if you are going to do this, you might want to tank your build or focus on just having a lot of charges for it, and then whatever your detonator is going to be, you probably want to put a lot more damage in that. Yeah. So if you guys, as usual, if you see anything you're curious about, or there's a specific gear item you want me to run for one of the javelins, just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make a video as soon as I can. Anyway, see you guys out in Bastion.